So this week on building peace during the pandemic, we're really happy to have Jessica Faieta, who is the UNDP resident representative in Colombia, but also the resident coordinator and humanitarian coordinator ad interim. So Jessica, thank you so much for agreeing to speak with us today, for taking the time. What do you think has been the impact of the pandemic on the efforts of building peace in Colombia?
The inequalities in the territories that were historically affected by conflict, where the UN is mostly active and where most of our efforts of peace building have been focused, are actually have been put in evidence that there are the territories where there's no health facilities, and people actually have been affected. Particularly, I would say the ex-combatants that live in these areas, the communities in these regions, and of course the people participating in the crop substitution, including, I would say, indigenous people. So they are the most affected. Also, because of there's reduced economic activity, they also have been affected in their livelihoods. And of course, also there's been some opportunism, I would say, on the part of armed groups. Because people are confined, they have had more freedom, I would say, to actually undertake illegal activities, and the violence has been rampant.
And this will mean, as well, as the government and actors and the society starts responding to the pandemic and to its economic fallout, that I guess will mean as well less funding, less money for building peace and for the kind of investments that had been planned, for example, as part of the peace agreement.
Absolutely. We see a contraction in the economy, and as a result, of course, a contraction in the fiscal space. And I would say also the politics in Colombia right now also have been very, very difficult, with the recent detention of former President Uribe, which has also polarized the politics around the peace process.
In this really difficult context, what has been the priority for the United Nations? Where have you tried to focus the attention of the UN country team as part of the response to the pandemic, but also where's the priority now in terms of building peace?
The Multi-Partner Trust Fund, of which the Peacebuilding Fund is also a contributor, immediately had a discussion with its main donors to put together a second phase of a program that had been very successful, called Health for Peace, and exactly was to focus some immediate attention into these historically areas affected by conflict, where the health facilities are almost in existence or very weak. We have also put together some very strict protocols for us to keep working. This has been very important for us. Even though the rest of the country was on lockdown, our colleagues in the field actually have been very active. We have been thousands of missions approved with very strict protocols, and we have, for instance, launched a competition for a design of a specifically facial device that would help our colleagues and the communities that we are helping to be a little bit more protected, and of course bringing protection material, protection equipment, information at this level, so we can keep working.
Is there a particular organization or a Colombian leader that you would like to mention in terms of having done particularly noteworthy work in responding to the pandemic in this context?
I would say, Marc-André, that definitely the communities at the civil societies, the base, the grassroots organizations at the local level have been the champions in this. It's actually the local organizations that have promoted the dynamics to support the recovery with maintaining local presence market. For instance, the victims organizations have been absolutely crucial in keeping their work, collecting information in the case of violations, accrued during the conflict. So the jurisdiction for special jurisdiction for peace can maintain its work. And of course, I would say the cooperatives of the ex-combatants as well. They have been active. They have been finding ways of supporting and keeping their activities going.
Thank you so much, Jessica. Thank you for taking the time, and my best to you and all the colleagues.